Oh, what a great person we have on the show today. So talented, Norwalk's own, killing it in this New York City as well. And we're so excited to see where he's going from here. Allow me to introduce to you my great guest today, Nicholas Calabrese. What's up, Nick? Great
Thank
to
you, sir. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
What's up, dude? How you been, man? I see you making these moves, and we'll definitely get into all the cool stuff you're doing. But how you feeling now? How's the summer been? Anything, anything we're rock and rolling with?
I mean, it's it's definitely this summer is looking. Hopes are looking good. With COVID going away,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's still a thing, of course, but like restrictions being lifted, I'm feeling good. I feel like a weight off my shoulders. Music's coming back. Broadway's coming back. The
Oh
Metropolitan
yeah,
Opera's coming back. So I'm there in the city, and I'm ready to take that all in and live it up.
I
So
can't wait to
so
get into
excited.
that. That's
Thanks for
awesome.
having me, bro. I really appreciate
Oh,
it.
seriously, I just knew you'd be a great guest to having fun. I've known you for a long time. Our
Yeah,
parents know each other, and
yeah,
it's really cool that we could do this. So it's a great time ahead. So as you mentioned with the COVID and quarantine, why don't we start with that? So, as you
yeah.
mentioned, restrictions are getting lifted. Obviously, you still have to be careful and smart, but we are seeing, I think it's fair to say we're seeing normal life get back
Yeah.
into straights. So, um, so you go back. So you're talking to me about like, you know, quarantine. Like, how did you manage it with what you've been doing at school? And we'll definitely get into that as well. But like, how did you get through this crazy time known as the COVID-19 pandemic with everything on your plate and doing it in New York City too?
Yeah, so it definitely was. It was challenging, of course, um, but I made the best of it, and I learned a lot from it too.
Hmm.
And not like, not like that year was like, it was crap and I threw it away. I
Right.
took in so much, and you gotta see the light in everything, right? So I mean, even so, my classes mostly were online,
Hmm.
but I had at Manhattan School of Music, we had the wonderful opportunity to have in-person lessons and in-person performances and other different things. Um, but that involved wearing the mask, which is a whole different thing that we could talk about later. But
Definitely.
yeah, I commute to the city every day. Well, it's going to start every day this next
Hmm.
semester. That was something to get used to because I would drive. I wouldn't take the train because I prefer driving because I can depend on myself and
Yeah.
not a taxi or a subway or like
Hmm.
a train or and I figure out a way to limit the cost of commuting in there. I
Right.
can park for free. I can get into the city a weird way through like Harlem to get,
Hmm.
pay free tolls and, so no tolls at all. So I'm making the best of it, man. And like it really, I'm having the time of my life there. I'm learning so much and I just cannot wait for this semester
That's
and
what I'm talking
New York
about.
City. Yeah.
In a post-pandemic too, and you really could, fair to say that you really saw both sides of, what it's like with New York City. You probably know what it's like when it was just absolutely empty and getting and
Right.
driving so smoothly. How long did it take you at a non-traffic road, a non-traffic COVID world to get to Manhattan?
So my commute is it ranges. So going there is always easier, and it really
Yeah.
depends on the time. Like this spring semester, I didn't have to go that. I didn't have to go into the city as much as I did in the fall.
Hmm.
But it's around 50 minutes,
Right.
45 minutes. Um, if you're leaving at 5 o'clock, no shot, man. It's probably like an hour 20,
Yep.
hour 30, maybe even longer than that. And you never know, like, and there's all these tips and tricks that I can do, to get around and
Hmm.
um, but yeah, I'm making the most of it, and just money wise, it saves so much, living at home and driving there. Of course, it would be so much, it would be the the best way for me would to be living there, because I can go into the school, I can wake up, I don't
Yeah.
know, in undergrad, I was that type of guy, in some classes, sometimes, like, wake up like 20 minutes before a class or whatever, like in a hurry, and like just
Hmm.
get there. I have to plan 2 hours ahead every time I
Right.
leave. So just to make sure that the traffic, because you never know, man. Like, so it's gonna suck, but I'm gonna love it, and it's all worth it, dude. It's so worth
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
And but planning 2 hours ahead is key. Commuters, if you're learning or listening, 2 hours before, if you want to do that crazy thing that I'm doing, commuting to a school in New York City. But yeah,
Well, we definitely don't. I can't wait to see within due time when you announce that you're moving to some great apartment in Midtown or one of the boroughs. I can't wait to
yeah,
see
we'll
that
see, man.
happen.
We'll see.
Of course, if you
Hopefully,
want to too.
yeah.
Um, but even when like the heart of the pandemic where things were truly shut down, did you still commute and drive and like drive within the ghost town of New York City when COVID hit?
So yeah, it was really around. I would say like September. Yeah, definitely the fall, because it was the beginning of the semester was not as bad, but then it got really bad. Like, it came back, I think, a second. I don't know exactly. Can't quote me on it, but it completely changed. Like, no one was like, there was no people in Central Park. There's no people.
Yeah.
Everyone's wearing a mask, and people are, you know, of course, 6 feet away, but like really, really, you know, taking, of course, as they should. But now I'm there, and the clubs are opening back up,
Yeah.
and people on Instagram and Snapchat. I'm having drinks with my friends, walking around with no mask. It's a But also you have to take in the fact that that was the heart of COVID
Yeah.
during that
Right.
time, during that fall time, and kudos out to my school that they were able to work with that and still have us have this wonderful experience. And I think a lot of people, and I'm fortunate enough to have that good experience. Some people didn't have that great of
Yeah.
experience. In COVID, when in their, especially like the seniors or like the freshmen,
Hmm.
or like, yeah, didn't get to graduate. I didn't get to graduate from UD. I didn't walk. I didn't do anything. I mean,
That's nuts.
it's like, so like, but it's, like I said, man, you got to see the light and everything, and you can't think negative. And so I think I did the most, made the most of it, but
That's what I
it
love to
definitely sucks
That's what's up.
sometimes.
I could imagine. And yeah, like, I was a commuter up until the pandemic and that halted everything and commuter for 5 years. Now I'm more like you, more confident to drive in the city. And that was the first time I would take that train, all the trades, memorize those
Yeah, yeah,
off peak hours.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Last three trades are 12:37, 1:07, 1:47 a.m. But I also like you. I like to drive now, and it's so much easier. Then I have like really close friends in Jersey City, which makes me drive through
Right.
the city, and yeah, I just feel good about it now, and I could take my time as well, and I know exactly where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. And like, it, if I wasn't able in the beginning of driving, I was getting tickets left and right.
Oh,
Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what street cleaning was. Like, literally, I
oh
thought,
yeah, the
yeah.
alternate side
So
parking.
I was, I don't know. It's Upper West Side. It's near Harlem, like right on
Mhm.
125th. There's the Grant National Memorial Monument, whatever.
Yeah.
And I parked there, and I had a class in the park of the memorial,
Hmm.
and it was like one of the first times, and I like went real early, and I was just like, I want, first impressions are everything, especially in this business that I'm in, and with
Hmm.
anything really. And like, I didn't want to be late, so I just parked my car and just left, and then come back. It's like it's like 55, I think,
Oh,
$55 tickets. But I mean, after that, I made an effort to talk to, different drivers, different commuters that were doing the same thing as me,
Hmm.
and figure out all the tips and tricks. So if I park on that bridge from 9 to 10, I can't park there. But if I park next to the school from like 11 to 12:30, I can't park. So like I have
Yeah.
to move my whole thing around because I mean, and if it comes to a point where I need to pay, there's a place like right off the exit, $12.50 for a
That's really
parking.
good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really
For,
great.
I mean, but it's like it's on the edge of Manhattan. You know, it's not like in the heart of it. So like in the heart of it, it'd be like $50 a
Yep.
hour or whatever. You know, like it's on the side, but you know, I have options, and yeah, yeah,
Remember to tip those guys well over there at the
yeah.
parking
You're right,
garages. They
right.
make or break your time. And yeah, I know the alternate side parking. The only thing is when you park in residential Manhattan or residential New York City anywhere, and sometimes it's so hard to find that spot. You have to parallel park in. And then
Yeah,
sometimes it's like, oh my God, there's a perfect road. Oh, street cleaning, you can't go there. So
right, right. And or no, the worst part, dude, is when
mhm.
you're driving and you see a spot. Oh man, that's a spot I've been looking for 25 minutes. A fire hydrant.
Yeah, or somebody's like driveway out of there. They know how to tease you,
Right.
but that's why we always make it work, Nick. That's why we always
Yeah,
make it
man, you
work.
gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
So, transitioning into that, talk to me. What brings you to this great city of New York? It is the Manhattan School of Music. Tell
Yeah.
me what brought you there, and how's it been, and why study what you're studying in music specifically.
Okay. So what brought me there? So my voice teacher in undergrad went there,
Mm.
and
And
then
you
he
got your
w-
undergrad at University of Delaware.
University of Delaware,
Excellent.
and then he got his master's there. And I always thought, you know, if he could, you know, I saw that plaque on the wall, and I was like, wow, he went to Manhattan School of Music. That's one of the,
Yep.
you know, the three conservatories in New York City are Manus, MSM, and then Juilliard.
Mm-hmm.
And those are all wonderful, wonderful schools. And I was like, you know, that's a reach for me. Yo, I can
Mm-hmm.
never do something like I can never go to a school like that.
Hey, I
But you
believe
know,
in you, Nick, and most of us
and
do.
right, yeah. And I was like, you know, I didn't have that confidence that I did back when. And I really had to build up into that. And with like, you know, things moving into, you know, opportunities are, you know, coming towards me and, you know, things left to another, it's kind of snowballed me. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. And I had met the teacher that I'm studying with now I met her in Germany,
German.
and she really was amazing on how she was able to, you know, shape these different voices. And you know, I did like a little like master class with her, and she like really changed. Like she was like, stand up tall like a soldier and sing." And like it like once I did that, it was like, wow, this wonderful tone. And like I it really she really, that's one of the reasons. And that's really one of the most of the people that go to the school, it's not for the school, it's really for the teacher. I mean, it's for the
Mm.
school, of course, but you need to find the teacher that's willing to, you know, that's there for you, that can, you know, provide you what you know. So um thank you to her.
Shouts
I'm
to her,
still,
indeed.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's, and I did my audition. I auditioned for, so like I said, MSM was my top, and I was like, you know, you never know. And did that. I did Peabody Conservatory, Eastman School of Music,
Hmm.
Ithaca, um, couple others, and I was like, I really hope I get into here, man. And
Yeah.
and it happened, and I was like, what, really? And then I was like, really? Okay, I got in. That's amazing. I got in. But there's the next question, the money, man.
Yep.
And of course, any school like NYU, dude, like, you know, like all these different schools like are like $70,000. Any
Mm.
school in New York City is so much money.
Yep.
And really, the only way that I was able to make that happen, man, was commute. And
Right.
I was sending emails to the registrar, to the deans, I was CCing everyone to try to, you know, get my scholarship, you know, a little bit higher, and
Of
it
course.
ended up working in my favor. And you have to, it's a business, and it's like you have to be a salesperson, and like, get, I want that, I want, this school gave me this, how it works, bro. You know how it works.
Yes,
Like,
I
yeah.
do.
So that, and it's not like I'm going there for free. I'm
Yeah,
I'm paying, but it it's the amount that I could do, like, I can live with, and not,
absolutely.
have be able to eat, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, and
yeah.
that's really inspiring, Nick. I appreciate hearing about your resiliency and not and you really just proved that if there's a will, there's a way. And look at where you're rocking it now. So where are you at in the program, and when do you hope to graduate?
So in the program now, I'm in my second year of
Mm.
my master's. um Excuse me. It's a focus on voice vocal performance. That's my title. And we take all sorts of kinds of classes. We take harmony classes, piano classes, theory classes, classes where they'll play something on the piano, like down, 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 like, and you'll be like, okay, what was that? Oh, it gets crazy when you're a master's, or when you're like senior level harmony stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
what, dude? Like, So we take classes like that, and piano. I think I said piano. Diction classes, which are really cool. That's one of the big things. We're singing in all these different languages, and we have to have that clarity, and that,
Yeah.
and have the nuance of the language, and know what we're singing about. It's not just a sad song,
You have
there's
to
so
put
much
emotion into it,
more. There's so much more. It can be a sad song about, you know, you know what I mean? Like,
like loss or
there's,
something.
yeah, yeah, there's so much. And I think, I love the diction classes. And we take performance technique classes, which teach us all sorts of things. So like, my fall semester, I did acting, um, movement. So I mean, I'm not going to stand up, but like, you have to use your like upstage hand. You have to move with your upstage like leg. You can't like block people. You can't like, when you're like, say this is the stage. There's a curtain there. Here I am. Like, you can't like, you know, oh, like, you can't, what I mean? Like, you can't just like, you have to, face outward. And when you talk to people, you have to like move with your head, then your shoulders, your eyes, head, then shoulder. It's this whole thing that people don't really think about when, oh, he's just a singer. No, there's so much more to
Yeah.
that. And
There's a craft
and
that's involved.
it's an art, man, and that's why I love it so much, and I can't live without it. And like, it's I love it. So the other one I did was another acting, actor singer, thing, a class, and that really really shaped me, and really pushed my boundaries.
Mm.
And you want to be as vulnerable as you can, is when you perform,
Yeah.
and you really want to be really invested in not just how you sound or whatever, but like, the message that you're trying to convey, because it's not about me, dude. When I'm performing, it's all about you. It's about you. It's about
Hmm.
you. And the more, when performers start thinking about me, that's when it goes south. Like, that's when it's like, prima donna. Here's the
Of
prima
course.
donna. Like,
Yeah.
catch me, give me, where's my makeup? I asked for a macchiato espresso. You know what I mean? Like, no one wants to work with that kind of person.
Yeah.
And like, so I really learned a lot from that class. I was like rolling on the floor and like singing, and really testing my boundaries. And because you never know, on the opera stage you can be dying, and oh me, like
Yeah.
save me, or like whatever. And so that was a great class, and those are really awesome. I And then we had, also in performance, like, ensembles. So I
Mhm.
was in opera scenes, and I was in romantic, romantic song, and
Mhm.
I was in a, a outreach program called Discover Opera, which was really fun. I'll have to show you clips of it soon.
Please do. Please,
Yeah,
please.
yeah,
Love to see
and
it.
it's like I'm literally. I gotta show you. Hold on, one sec.
You got it. So as Nick is getting his opera stuff again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast, everybody. Nick is back. Oh, now this you got the
Nick is
bridesmaid,
back.
you got the
Nick is
bridesmaid
back.
going on from
We
Queens.
got it, man. Hey, look, I got my hair back. uh, yeah, like I would wear wigs. I was a witch. I was like a talk show host, and we taught all these kids about opera,
Yeah,
and it was really amazing to see, to hear what they had to say and say, it's really cool to hear them say, oh, I want to learn about opera. I want to,
right.
sing opera. I want to, and just inspiring kids like how I was inspired, because I didn't just wake up. I thought singing was a joke when I was a kid. I never would have thought that I would be singing and I would be pursuing music when I was like, I don't know, 10, when we were playing baseball and stuff, like,
Yeah,
or like, I never really thought that like that would happen. I thought I would be playing, uh high school baseball and football. I mean, I did in my freshman year, but like it's crazy to think where I am now and how far, I've come. And, it's just thanks to my friends, my family for just supporting me and like really believing in me. And that's what it really is, man. It's like, yeah, you know, they can, first you need to believe in yourself,
yeah,
100%. I mean, with anything, but like having them to, lend a hand and guide the way, um, it really means the world. But yeah, I feel like I'm like talking on a tangent, but
no, I encourage
okay.
you, man. I love it,
Oh,
man. You
all
can
right, all
talk
right,
as long
cool.
as you want, and I pay
All
for the Zoom, so I mean, please,
right.
you make the money work for it. But I hear what you're saying, especially what you say, the confidence in yourself, and I like to see how much you've involved in growing with that, especially now when you play characters in opera on the stage. It's an important craft to have. And what else? And you mentioned about all the personal influences you've had to make it happen, and all the genuine support. And like, what would you say for people who maybe are in a position similar as yourself, who may be lacking something, not feeling it. Maybe they think it's too much of a reach or something. What would you say to somebody who was able to luckily have that kind of grace in yourself and confidence and believing in yourself? What would you say for somebody who may just need a little kick of inspiration to move forward, especially performing?
I mean, when you fall down, you get back up. You get back up. If you have that feeling where you love music so much, where you crave that feeling in the back of your neck, your hairs in the back of your neck standing up, and you know that this is something you want to do, even if it's not going well. If you really work hard and focus and really pursue what you're doing, and things can happen. Things can happen. And when there's a will, there's a way. Like you, and I think it's truly just believing in yourself and wanting to make a difference. And because music can, inspire. Music uses all, every like function of the brain. Like, it's what I would say is, like, I think what I would tell myself back when
Hmm.
is based, like, when you fall down, you get back up. 100%. There's going to be times where music kicks your ass. There's going to be times when you're in those harmony classes, the music theory class, and it's like, why am I doing this? Or like why is this happening? Or like, you have to remember. I think Eric Whitaker said it. Like, you have to remember what got you into it. And for me, that was the sense of community, the sense of impacting others, and really just having fun. Like, like I said before, man, it's I can't I don't know what I would be doing right now. And like I and whatever happens to me, I know that I'm gonna be in music, whether it's on a stage, whether it's in the classroom, like it's something that I wanted to do. And you really just like, I mean, follow your passions. But there are gonna be times, man, I'm telling you, there's gonna be times where you're like, okay, music is, studying music is it's a risk, man. It's a gamble. If you want to do performance and stuff like that, it's it takes a lot of it's volatile in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
Like,
what you mean.
especially with COVID, man. None of them had work. None of the people that, I mean, they made ways to make money, but that's just one of the ways where, like, say if you're talking to your family about like you pursuing like music or whatever, like they're gonna be like, well, what about COVID? What about all the Met Opera orchestra? What about like, like they're it's it's a risk, but there's a high reward, and
Absolutely.
it's like there's no feeling like it in the world, man. I don't know. It's just wonderful.
And that's why we love you, Nick, and
But keep
making
going with it. Keep going with it.
absolutely. You make lemons out of lemonade. And, I'm similarly in the path. My two careers, one in podcasting and the other
Yeah.
in TV and film production. They're also, so got extremely took huge steps back with the pandemic. Many people question careers and
Mhm.
what they want to do, but
Yeah.
it really comes to a point where you need to have confidence in yourself that if you know you're good enough to make these outreaches for people, you will, you'll change people's perspective. You will prove people wrong, and you will make these great opportunities. And that's
Hmm.
what I have. I mean, this podcast would not be possible if my
Yeah.
career was put on hold in production. And now I have two passions of mine to do it, and like,
That's awesome, man.
and we,
And you love doing it. You love
yeah.
doing it, and I mean, it's clear to see. So keep doing it, man. It's
Thank you.
awesome.
This podcast will never go away the rest of my life, and then just adding to that my career in TV production, like people like a Conan O'Brien or a Brian Copperman, open who was the creator of the show Billions on Showtime. He does a podcast and's had a good
Mm.
film career himself. Like, you could do it, and I believe that. That's why I like your company too, that you could do that, and we're gonna make this work, man. We really will, and that's what's great about the beginning interviews. Before, I really believe you could do whatever you want, Nick. Very talented. I've seen you perform, and like there's some great things ahead for you. So keep at
Thank
it
you, man.
yourself,
Thank you. I
man.
really appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely, dude. So speaking of that, one more thing on the music that we could focus on some other things.
Yeah.
I want to talk about performing itself. So, like I said, you've done opera, you've done musical theater, believe you've also done like straight plays, with dialogue and all that. Have you? Yeah.
I've I
Whether like
I don't I've
Italian,
never
yeah.
done a straight play, but we've done, oh, also we did acting classes too.
Mhm.
Where we work on Shakespeare, we work
Oh,
on all sorts of stuff. Um uh and yeah, it was great. And you know what? It's Shakespeare. We're going to talk about acting, or we talk about,
yeah. Performing,
yeah.
acting, same thing.
Oh, okay,
They do the
performing.
same thing.
Okay, yeah,
Performing,
yeah,
acting, so that counts definitely. So
yeah.
talk to me about the Shakespeare and acting
Okay,
gene of your performance and
okay,
your performance
cool.
skills.
So what I learned from that was in Shakespeare, they say what they think. So every single word has a meaning to, what's going on, and you really have to go into the script and dissect and really figure out what each word means,
Mhm.
what's really going on, what's your objective in the scene, or what's going on. And the thing is, you can take that approach to opera. You could take it, and because you're gonna have to, just how you have to translate the Shakespearean words, like what is that, what does blumba mean, blunder, what, like, the
Yeah,
Shakespearean words.
like
You
itu
have to do,
brute
right,
or something
like,
like that.
yeah, you have to do the same thing in opera. You have to do the same thing with art song. You have to do the same thing with any language. So learning how to that's what I really liked. What were like the words that have to stand out? What's what do I not stress? It's all things you can take and you know and impact your performing, and
Right.
that's why I like that acting class and performing in general.
And truly transforming into a character as well.
Yeah, 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 and and yeah, it's all about your what your objective is and how you're gonna convey that. Um, and performing in general. What did you say about performing? I'm sorry.
Yeah, like pretty much like talk to me about your performing. You're about to go on stage, whether whatever show or production you're doing, or if you're pursuing other things. I don't know if you're gonna do stand up or
Mm,
whatever. Like talk to me
okay.
about your performance
Oh, what my goal?
strategy, but
Okay.
like what you do in general before you go on stage, and how
Oh,
do you
okay.
have
Just like
fun on
everything.
there? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I take 5 shots. No, I'm playing. No, 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 no,
You know
no.
what's crazy? I've heard some musicians, specifically rock musicians. Someone told me, I don't know, this is his quote. I went to see this cover band, my friend. Awesome, awesome cover band he was in. He was now this is specific, he's a rock musician, and he said, yeah, there's sometimes you could be too sober for a show. I was like, okay, okay. That's why they're rock stars, I guess. But that's just,
Yeah, man. And
everybody's
rock and
different.
roll,
Everybody's
drugs, sex,
different.
and rock and roll.
Yeah, I remember David Grohl, Foo Fighters, obviously keep the rock alive, legendary performer. He was on Howard Stern talking about like, yeah, I'm used to just like you said, taking 3 4 shots of Jaeger, then going on. And
Uh,
but yeah, that's that they do. Some people meditate, some people eat peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
right, right, right. Everyone has their methods,
Yeah.
and I think
What's yours?
what mine is.
Mhm.
Man, I would just say sitting down and maybe meditating and just really thinking, okay, or like hyping myself up,
Mhm.
or not stressing it, not like getting in your head, because that's when you mess up,
Yeah.
or like that's when something happens, and you have to practice in a way, and that's a whole nother big thing, you know. I wouldn't say like I would say I would just lay low, be cool, not talk as much. Don't like get hammered before a performance, like stuff like that. Like really, and just like focus in. Maybe look at the score a little bit. Don't practice it, but just like look at it. Because you don't want to practice so much where you're impacting the performance.
Mhm.
So you know how people like have rest days. Maybe in high school you knew a couple of kids that were just like on vocal rest.
Load management for vocal rest.
They were trying to communicate and say,
Yeah.
like their high school thing was that. I mean, it was wonderful, but like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
taking a week of vocal rest is, but it is important. It is important. Vocal health is a whole big thing too.
Yeah.
Water. The best thing for if your singers are listening in, the best thing is sleep and water. I don't care what anyone says. Sleep and water is the best thing for the voice. You can eat chocolate, you can have dairy, you can have all this stuff, but sleep and water will determine, and getting hydrated. You can get water any which way. There's direct hydration, indirect hydration. Um, Drinking water is going to help you in the long run. Having like showers, that's direct. I believe I have to go back to my class notes, but yeah, but yeah. So yeah, for performing, man, like I said, laying low, being chill, not stressing it, and really focusing in on what you're there to do. Um, Everyone has different things. I know a couple people, they do like little warm-ups or like yoga, or they'll take a bath or something, or really, I don't know, like, yeah, like they'll do something to just calm themselves and the nerves especially, um, and just have fun. When you think of it as that, that's all that it is. It's
Right.
fun, you know
Yeah, you're telling
when
a story. You're there to
right,
entertain.
yeah, it's and if there's people listening right now, like they're gonna do auditions, or do you want to audition for music schools? It doesn't matter what instrument, voice, bassoon, whatever, cello. You're there to have fun. You're there to have a good time. You're there to show everyone what you got. No one there wants you, no one there doesn't want you to succeed. So, and going with that mindset is like the mindset that I take in right before a performance,
Mhm.
you know? So, yeah,
That you winning
yeah.
out here, and you go and entertain and be and make your moments. And when you're actually on stage, just tell me how's it feel, especially at times. Maybe sometimes some shows, some things aren't clicking, or there's some times where things are perfect and in sync. Just tell me about those moments when you're on stage and you see the lights and you see a full crowd. Talk to me about
Showtime, baby.
that.
Um, you practiced, you rehearsed, you did your homework. It's time to perform.
Yep, this
you
is it.
know? So, when you have the lights come on, you're in a different world now.
Yeah,
Boom. And you have to take in, and it's not like you're just making things up. You do what you rehearsed, you did what you performed so many times before, you practiced all this hard work. And that's the thing, man. I was in performances in undergrad where you had one shot, one performance, and you would do like the whole year of just rehearsing this stuff, and you
for
had
one
one
performance.
performance. And having that one performance and having it leads up, and that's when you got to think, man, like where I was talking about the perform like either performance anxiety or like,
Yeah,
right before a show. If you start thinking that this is your only show, oh my god, I messed up. No, no one wants to see you do that. And even if you do mess up, you go with it.
yeah,
I Or like, I don't know, like, se vol ballare, signor Conti. Let me try it again. Ready?
yeah,
Se vol ballare, signor Contino. Like, you have to
yeah.
go with it. You can't just go like, se vol ballare. Like that's when it's.
Damn, you're so talented, Nick.
You gotta
Thank
learn. Thanks, man. I'm just messing around.
you.
It's yeah. But yeah, the spotlight's on you. It's a wonderful feeling, and all eyes are on you, and it's your turn to show them what you got,
Yeah, and
and like you got to do it.
and you got cast for a reason, and I think that's one thing that I would say. And I've worked in casting before, both theatrical and unscripted casting, so reality TV. So I just would say like, yo, you're here for a reason, so just give it your all, and it's gonna all pan out. So you know, that's what uh that's why I just love actors and love being around them and working on sets. And I mean, look at my wall with all walks of life.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I see Anchorman there. Yeah.
I have a picture of Jimmy
Uh,
Stewart right there on the corner, right along
yeah.
with the cast of Atlanta and Marvelous Miss Maisel, and all great for their own reasons. And you know, I think it just shows what's great about the craft when you really transform into a character as an
Yeah.
actor, especially.
It's really cool to be something you're not.
Yeah,
And I think that's why people go to shows. That's why people go to opera, or that's why people they want to see um something that they don't have, or
right.
they're 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 yearning for this special thing. And I think that's what really inspires me. It's like, I personally, me, Nick, is, this whole guy. But, when I'm on stage, I get to be something that maybe I'm not, that I always wanted to be, or maybe that I hated, or, like it's cool to have that kind of art and inspire, because there might be someone on that crowd in the crowd, like, that's like, wow, he just did that. That's something I need to do, or
Definitely.
that's something that I need to switch around, and like, fix in my life.
Yeah.
Or there can be like an elderly, person out in the wild, and they remember maybe they lost their lover, and to
Mhm.
have that sense of love again,
Right.
of like, I don't know. If I was probably gonna recommend an opera. La Boheme is a
Of course.
2 hour opera to any listeners that want to see a opera. La
OG.
Boheme. My buddy Sergio Mondahano,
Yeah.
you know him, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna perform. He's gonna perform La Boheme in the Seagull Music Festival.
Oh yeah. That's
He's an
awesome.
awesome guy, and he's playing the main role, and
Look at that.
and that's a whole wonderful story. And the good thing about it is it's that's the first thing that people are going to think. Okay, yeah, it's opera for someone that doesn't know opera, that's not experienced with opera. It's a
Mhm.
2 hour show. It's about love. It's something people can relate to. Highly recommend that. If when the Met opens back up, they're going to have that. You're not going to sit through the 12-hour ring cycle. Like there's wild long operas, especially the operas by Wagner, that are just like you have to be there for 3 days. Like if you want to introduce yourself to opera, see either the Magic Flute, the Marriage of Figaro, or La Boheme.
Right. And
So
everyone
those are
wants to
good ones.
see a story they relate to. La
Right.
Boheme was adapted to the musical Rent as well.
Yeah.
People were
Yeah.
interested in that.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the thing. People want to see stories they relate to. And the other ones, whether you like Madame Butterfly is a good one,
Right.
or
Yep. Yep. And that's
Marriage of
just that's.
Figaro. I think the Nutcracker is also an opera technically.
Oh,
Oh no,
I think.
that's a ballet. That's a
Yeah. Yeah.
ballet.
Yeah.
But same thing. Like people just want to see stories they relate to. That's what's great. And opera is one of the first art forms to actually bring to the mainstream. You could go on stage and perform these, and well, that's why they still have the big bucks and
Yeah.
people coming performing, and the
It's
art
truly.
was tucked away.
It's truly an art in every way.
Hmm.
It's an art in the language. It's an art on the stage. It's an art on how you are dressed. It's an art on how you're singing.
Yeah,
It's truly, I think, the pinnacle of art. Because when
yeah,
you go to a Met show, you're gonna see $1,000 costumes.
yeah,
Like you're gonna see stage effects. You're gonna see all these people from all walks, all different areas of. It's it's amazing. It really is. And you know, I think the disconnect with people that are, that want that, that don't like opera or not interested in opera is, they can't relate to it,
mhm.
but they can.
You
There's a way
can
to. There is. You can find ways to, and because how else are these people on the stage doing it? You know
right.
what I mean? Like
You have to
so,
lose
like
yourself and let yourself get
right,
into it.
and you can look up and they have it doesn't the subtitles and you can follow along, but do your homework before. Maybe it would help out with the story. Like if you know Rent, then you can do
Yeah,
the story of blah blah blah. So
exactly. Just
kinda,
singing
yeah.
La Boheme. It's just stories about friends and change it being who's your real friends in changing times. Like
Yeah, right.
that's when you have to look at stories break like that. That or movies. Like look at Star Wars as just about a kid who wants to go follow his father's footsteps and prove that he's worth something.
Right.
Or like a Toy Story where like what happens when you have this new figure in your life? Are you gonna push him away or are you gonna embrace him? Like when you
Right.
look at stories like that, especially operas that you're in for a special time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And that's why we love art and storytelling. That's what helped us put through this pandemic, especially, and so on. And just we're very blessed to be in a position where
Yeah.
these walks of life can come back. So good times ahead. And Nick, I wouldn't be surprised if we see you on that Met stage. I really,
Thank you.
really would, man. I'm excited to see you.
We'll see, man.
Well, you got my support and so many others.
Thank
So
you.
can't wait to see what happens with that, Nick. So let's focus on some other things. Let's get some more fun things out here.
Yeah.
So you're part of the NYC community as a commuter in and out. You know what's good. You have that special connection getting your master's degree. Talk to me just about your favorite NYC things to do, especially pre-COVID and now in a post-COVID world. Like, you know, let's say this: it's a Friday. It's a Friday night, summer Friday night. weather's not too bad. You go out, you can do everything. You got your car. You might even have a place to stay at the end of the night.
Yeah.
What are like and money's not a problem in this.
Money's not a problem. All right.
What are
We're
you
balling.
decided to? What are you what are your moves?
Oh man. Well, my moves, if it's that type of night, whew. So just Friday night, right?
Yeah, we'll do the weekend pretty much. Friday, it's a weekend,
All
especially
right.
Friday
Like
night.
we probably would go out somewhere for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's the one thing about New York. There's so many wonderful, wonderful restaurants, and there's always something new around every every
Yeah.
single corner. If you're going to the same place every I mean, yeah, there's an appreciation for that, but there's so much to do there, literally.
It's a
The
vibe.
other day, I went to a place called Harlem Public, and they're
Heard of
known
it.
for their burgers. And I went there and had a good time. That and Right next door was like an underground bar
Ooh.
focused on it was called the Honeywell. So they had all these cool like drinks in different glasses. So there was like a drink in like a fly glass. There was a drink in a
Like a
crab.
literal fly.
There was a drink, yeah, like a literal fly, a drink in a crab. There was a drink in a teddy bear called Honey, hey Boo Boo, like from Yogi Bear. Like it was cool. Like and like there's so many fascinating things, and also like the different types of food.
Mm,
Man, you got Chinatown, you got Koreatown, you got all the little Italy. Like,
yeah.
man, you have the whole world right there, and it's there's so much to do. And like with things, um, opening back up, I see, clubs. The
Yeah,
clubs are
right.
popping, banging. Oh my god! Like I can't wait to get back in there. So like,
Definitely.
well, and another great thing, especially on a summer night, like a rooftop bar. If
Yes.
like
Rooftop seats.
you said I had all the money in the world, so
Yes.
I mean, man, I would go to like my I would go to like a 5-star hotel and just live like I'm on Gossip Girl, man, and just like
Yeah.
look like live like sipping Manhattans when in Rome, bro.
Right. You ever heard of I think it's 515 Fifth Avenue
I've
or
never been there.
515 Broadway. They have the igloos in the winter.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
Uh nice. It's a vibe, man. It's a
yeah.
vibe.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Definitely.
Yeah, I probably after school, I can, when money's not a, thing. But yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, yeah.
So
But
now in this, as you know, the prospering young man as you are, and you enjoy yourself. Like you talk about the clubs and bars. Where are you going? Where are some of your spots you like to go to now, especially as the world's backing up? Are you somewhere like you go to the 13th step? You go to whatever that fucking the bar none or the public or the slate or
uh,
where are
I
some of your places you like to go if you have a go-to spot, or you just find
we
wherever you're
really
at?
do we really just find whatever.
Mhm.
I haven't really been in New York that long to I've been to a couple of bars, but I haven't really explored as much as I should, and because of the COVID,
Yeah,
because of COVID. And but around my school, there's a lot of little spots, but
that's
I
why you
need to
enjoy it
explore.
now.
I need
That's
to
why you find it now. You need
yeah,
some
yeah,
suggestions. I can help you out with that.
yeah. Go ahead, tell me some places. I'm down.
Yeah, like whether like I said, the 30 Steps good. There's another place called Public, not Harlem Public, but one downtown. You could go to Slade. I had my 21st there is a good
Slate.
time. And that's a great
Yeah.
it's a high-end nightclub feel with no cover, at least last
Mm.
time I was there. Um but those are all great good times. I mean, what's a good place I went to in what's a great place I went to during Santa Con was it's the second version of it, but the Coco Cabana. I mean,
Coco Cabana.
yeah,
Oh, that's right
the
up my alley, man.
yeah, the second one. It's just they set it up. this was SantaCon. They set up just like a nice dance floor and everything, and it's just a good times. And we see, the other new ones popping up, whether like On and Now and the Stumble In's a good one on the Upper East Side, and
Stumble in. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm writing
those are
all these
cool.
down, man. I also want to do like I haven't been to a jazz club. I love jazz too.
Ooh,
I can appreciate it. I don't know all the ins and outs because I'm but I love just that chill, listen, drink a
absolutely.
little.
Whether it's the Blue Note or the Smoky Jazz and Supper Club, which are good ones.
Okay, Blue Note.
Yeah,
Okay.
Blue Note's really good. That's right by the Comedy Cellar. I believe, if you ever heard of that. Um, some good places over there. I think the Dizzy Club's another. Oh, actually, I think that one closed.
Hmm.
But those are ones that come to the top of my head. And I also just love the comedy club scenes in New York, whether the Comedy Cellar or
Yeah.
Gotham Comedy Club or Caroline's on Broadway.
Hmm.
It's a good place. It's a fun place to enjoy this
Yeah.
great
There's so much out there,
stuff.
man.
And also, there's also great places in the other boroughs too. Obviously, Brooklyn, the land of the hipsters, is
Yeah.
making some fun
Williamsburg,
stuff.
bro.
Yeah, going to Williamsburg. It's
Yeah.
funny. I heard this random thing. Conan O'Brien.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love Conan O'Brien. He told
Yeah.
me. Well, he told me, but I was listening to a podcast and he was like, "Yeah, I lived in Williamsburg in the '80s when it wasn't cool to live there."
Yeah.
Who's a boy? That just made me laugh on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then obviously Queens is anything in Astoria is popping, and Long Island City. It's
Mm.
good time. It's good time. So just
Yeah.
enjoying
Yeah.
the
I wrote some of these places down, man. I'm gonna check them out. That Coco Cabana sticks out to me.
definitely, man. I hope it's still. By the way, most of the places I said, I either saw that they were still open. Might have
Oh,
named some. I might have named one or two that may not be, but I'm like 99% sure they're all still open.
okay, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll research and see what's up.
Yeah, and like I said,
Because
the
I'll be
Coco Bear
there.
was popping. I think it's not the original one where like Sinatra and the Rat Pack were, but I think they
Mm,
reopened another one on 8th Ave, which was the one I
uh,
ended up at SantaCon. So
man, I love the Rat Pack. I love Sinatra.
classic, man.
I was brought up on that stuff, and that's I think my go-to, man. There's this video of me in middle school singing "My Way," and that's my go-to karaoke song.
Yeah.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear. I love that. I
Oh,
love
just
that
gave me one of
Sinatra.
the greatest moments ever on this show already. Thank you for blessing us with
No problem, man.
that. Are you someone, do you think, when you get older, when it's time to settle down, you met the love of your life, are you someone who will do a classic wedding song? Are you gonna do like a "Fly Me to the Moon" or of a Sinatra, or like "Earth Angel" from the Penguins? Do you feel like you're more of an old school, or maybe you're more contemporary? Like I would always love the Bee Gees more than a woman. I think the love was
More than
a
a woman.
classic. Or are you gonna, I don't know, these love songs with the Future and Little Uzi? This is my hoe or
if
something.
if I have my if I have my wedding song by Future, that's where, where's the album? Oh my God, I would just sign a prenup.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, I don't know about that, but yeah, I to answer your question, I would say it really depends on who I meet.
true.
Um,
Definitely, they definitely have a right to
yeah,
consider it with you, of
I
course.
do love old music. I do,
Yeah. Mhm.
and wouldn't it be cool if I was marrying someone that could sing or could play
Oh
and
my
play
god,
with me and sing and like connect in that way and perform for everyone? That
that would be something.
that's a
Look into
dream.
each other's eyes like that.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I was trying to think of a song, but yeah, yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, I love the old songs. I'm definitely if if I get married, probably will. I don't know. But
Oh,
I
some girl's gonna be so lucky to have you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see. Probably,
Yeah.
I want to have a family.
Yeah.
Um, probably have like a, I don't know, like a nice string quartet or something. You
Bring the
know,
house.
a little flair of everything. There has to be music involved, and the person that I meet has to love music. I think that's because I'm so musical. I'm
Yeah.
so, or they have to have an appreciation for it. They don't have to be a musician, but you know, it's yeah, yeah,
That's like, I hope at my wedding when it's that time, I just hope to have a band, live band, wedding singer, go crazy.
yeah.
And
Oh man, I love live music, man. I love it
absolutely.
so much, and I cannot wait. It's just a total different feeling, you know. It's
Yeah.
ah,
So glad live music's back too and
yeah,
going concerts again. And
yeah.
like, if you got any concert plans already, if you could see somebody right away, who you try to see? You go to Coachella or
Ooh,
Gumbo or like,
I've been getting into electronic lately. Like I don't not really
closing
like
moment of the day.
yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
always say.
yeah. I've been I don't know. I was supposed to see. I really love alternative music.
Yeah.
Um, one of my favorite bands, Young the Giant, The Strokes,
Classic.
Vampire Weekend, uh, you know, like bands like that. Um, I would probably see one of those.
Hmm.
Or I'm down to go to a festival, see that. I was supposed to see Vampire Weekend at Madison Square Garden, but it fell through, dude. I was so
Oh, from
pissed. It
COVID.
was like literally no, it was something I had to do in undergrad that was
Oh,
like
damn.
that I couldn't get out of, and I was like, dude, like we really just missed Vampire Weekend at their like hometown Father of the Bride tour. Like everyone was saying that
Mhm.
it was the best show that they ever seen, or like even the guy, like even like Ezra and all the band members were like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, that was a good show. So
Oh,
I was so pissed from that, but I mean they're probably gonna have another one coming up, and maybe I
yeah.
can check that out in Madison
All
Square
these,
Garden.
that's what's great. All these, it seems that a lot of these artists, no matter the genre, just want to go out to tour again after this year. So that's
Oh
lucky
yeah,
for us,
man! It's
the
that
artists.
pent up energy, and
Yeah.
that pent up energy to perform is gonna blow up. Hey, not just with music, with everything else. I'm
Oh,
telling you,
yeah.
man.
Stand
Oh
up,
my God, yeah,
theater, obviously
yeah.
sports. Everyone's happy to play
This
again.
summer is gonna be wild. I mean, it's already wild, but
Yeah, right.
it's building up. I can't wait for July.
Thank
Man,
goodness, man. And that's
people have to blow off some steam.
what's awesome. So, like I said, the show's on Thursday when it airs Thursday, July 1st. So,
Oh,
starting the month
cool.
off, earning the month off right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I can't wait.
I was close. I want to see Rage Against the Machine
Oh,
with Run the Jewels opening for them.
mm.
2020, August 2020, obviously had to push that back. Then they pushed it one more year, so it's going to be 2 years in the making. So
Oh,
August
okay.
22. But damn, all that energy, that soulful
Yeah,
music.
he is very passionate and energetic, and I love that
Yeah,
about him. I
Zach De
love
La
that about him.
Roca.
Yeah,
Everyone.
he's an awesome musician and very and he doesn't care, man. He just tells it as it is, you know?
Yeah,
Like it's just he just gives you that angst, that you know, that flavor, man. It's just I love them. Yeah. Oh, that's probably going to be an awesome show.
hell yeah, man. Man, we
Yeah.
should try to get in there, man. It'd
Yeah.
be history. Like I said, August 2022. So you got a year and 2 months to save up. So
Ah, yeah, I got you.
and they genuinely are gonna blow the roof off Madison
mm,
Square Garden. I mean,
mm.
damn. It must be cool. You ever think like Madison Square Garden, the wall, if those walls could talk for the performers they see from the 50s on, you know? I
What would
mean,
they say?
like just when you have people like the original Led Zeppelin or Aretha
Oh man,
Franklin
dude, I
or
love them.
Elvis to a Vampire Weekend, the Foo Fighters, your Taylor
Yeah,
Swifts, like they've seen every major artist who mattered in the world since like the
right.
60s perform there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, ooh, if that building could talk, it would have the whole every library
Yeah.
in New York.
I mean,
I don't
damn.
know. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That's. Whew, that would be wild. That would be wild to perform there
Yeah,
if I
right.
had the opportunity to. But
Hey man, you
that's
never know.
crazy. You
You
never
never
know,
know.
man. We'll see.
And like, yeah, I see they're just crazy. But one thing I learned, you know how much it costs to book a night, one night in Madison Square Garden?
How much?
$85,000.
Ah, take
Just
out the
one night.
Amex.
Get your
Take that
black card.
Amex, and the mafia will hunt me down. I'm not paying. I'm moving to Ecuador, bro.
You have to do what you have to do to perform where,
Hey,
Elvis performed.
hey, that's a feat. That's a feat, if there ever is one, man.
And you know what's cool? You also the performing, especially as we've gotten older and learn about just showmanship and seeing these
Mm,
amazing men and women just going in to perform in front of the stage. Like for instance, like Queen Freddie Mercury. Can you get is that Eddie Peak? Like he just knew how to control the crowd. Obviously, everyone's seen the Live Aid set at this point. Like, isn't it
yeah,
just you as a musician, like seeing that, isn't it something special? Like just seeing how he was able
I
to get
mean,
that crowd for him.
that's one of the reasons, dude, that I'm in it. Like
Yeah.
that, it's to have thousands of people to focus in and have this synergy of clapping,
Yeah.
of singing along, of having a good time, escaping reality. Like it's amazing, and you can't really. I personally don't think I can. You can get that feeling anywhere else. It's
Nope.
just it's just out of this world. And like when you have that feeling, you're never gonna forget that. And the ability to, like I said before, the sense of community, the sense of like belonging. Belonging is a big thing.
Hmm.
And like just, oh, like it's just it's the
Yeah.
magic of music,
Yeah.
you
The
know.
simple
Yeah.
word, the magic.
And it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, you all can connect to this one thing. You can all connect to this one song, and different, every single person has a unique story, and their story is able to be, you know, they're able to perform with him and share
Yeah.
that moment. So
What a moment.
it's wonderful.
My favorite sound in this world is a crowd screaming and is a crowd screaming together. Like the roar of a crowd is my favorite sound in this
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
Whether it's sports or music, that nothing beats it. So
yeah.
I can totally see where you're coming from in that. So
Yeah.
as we talked about the great city of New York, I just want to talk about the great city of Norwalk, or the
Ooh.
great where we're from in Fairfield County.
Yeah.
Yo, man, like, what are just some of your favorite 203 things you like to do? Like, same thing as I mentioned to you before with the same things. Money's not a problem. You're about to have a good summer night. What are you doing in the whole, again, we'll focus on the whole 203 on this
Yeah, I had one night where money wasn't a problem. I just went
one.
all out, dude. And it was like it was after my I think my recital in Norwalk that I did to
Hmm.
raise money for the Germany trip. And I was with a couple of friends and like went to Everritos. We went to basically every well, our house back when it was a thing. Yo,
Oh,
our house was
R.I.P.
my
our house.
spot, man. I was
Yeah.
spinning that wheel like I was in the casino, man. I was like,
Yes,
yo,
sir. And the
oh man,
comedy club downstairs too.
yeah.
Such a
I
shame
miss
it
that.
didn't last.
Yeah, yeah. I'm and people. I don't know why people shit on Norwalk. Like, I feel like there's so much to do in just Sono downtown. I mean, yeah, you want to escape. You probably don't want to see like your high school friends or like some, you know what I mean? Like,
The
there's different,
townies.
or not high school friends, but people from high school.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like, but still, like, there's a lot to do in our city. We have an aquarium. We
Yeah.
have
A
we have a
beach.
mall. We have a
Yeah, have
beach. We
good
have also
food. Really good food.
we have so much to do here. And I think since I've been living in, I haven't been, this first year, I've been, partying a little bit downtown, like basically like
Yeah.
South Norwalk, like,
It's a good
and
time.
like, there's a bunch of new places opening up, like in our, that have opened up. I love Yard House.
Yard
Yard House
House
was
is my shit.
Yard House.
I don't know if I'll ever go to another place to eat or watch a game again in that. No offense to the
Yeah,
other great places, and Norwalk does have it, but I mean Yard House. What else can you ask for more with pretty affordable prices for really good food? It's
yeah.
easy to split with your checks with your whoever you're with. You can
Oh
split
yeah, dude, I just
tips.
saw. Yeah, that's revolutionary.
Yeah, right.
That's revolutionary.
The
Yeah.
wait staff is awesome there. Like pretty much regulars at this point. It's such a good vibe. And I mean the half a yard beer. I had one of those once. I was like, wow, can it be that bad? Wow, it really. I was glad I didn't drive that day. We'll say that. Like three beers. It's like four tall boys at once.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I got it was like a two roads. I not road to ruin. I would be on the road to ruin if I did that. I think it was Lagunitas. I love IPAs.
Yep.
Um, so I had that in there, and I was just like, okay, no more after this, because I'm feeling right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that I've got to go there more often.
Absolutely. And like you said too, I guess things with Norwalk now, some people are just like people who grew up in New York City sometimes they say, yeah, this place sucks. It's
Right. I mean,
just
but
that
like,
syndrome. But like Norwalk is this could be either be a really good comparison or awful one, depending on how you look at it. But it
yeah.
reminds me of San Andreas and how there's just so much different life. You could go to a beach, then 10 minutes down, you're in like the woodsy of Cranberry Park.
Right. 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 Right.
Or we don't have a desert, but you can go
Yeah.
to like open fields and stuff. And then there's just so much to do. I think if I could understand why if someone who's not from our area would
Right.
move here. Like my parents are from New York. I totally get why they went to
Mm.
Connecticut compared to what they got and still close enough to being home. There are some
Yeah.
great places here, and I assume the taxes are fine. I don't own any property tax here, but I'm not too crazy about my car tax the city makes me pay, but that's a
Mm.
whole other story. But I think
Yeah.
there's beautiful apartments coming up, just great views.
Yeah,
We're
and
very
we're
lucky.
on the up. Norwalk's on the up. There's a lot of young professionals coming up
Yeah.
in here, and I think, I mean, we might become like Stanford. You never know. Like
Yeah.
you might turn
Oh,
into a
Stanford. We're
Stanford.
better. We're better than Stanford.
Yeah,
I'll take that. Just need some more dance bars, and then we're set. Like, didn't they open
yeah.
one? What's it called? Like Alex's something?
Ah, man, I haven't been to Stanford in a minute, so I don't
No,
know.
no, the Norwalk one. I'm saying
Oh,
used to be
oh, oh,
kind of Utah's.
oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I haven't been there, but I saw it driving to work. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think I think that's a new dance bar there. So shouts to that.
Mm,
No doubt.
yeah.
Yeah, Stanford. I don't. I've been there, done that. That's my answer to Stanford. That's all I can say with that. But with the finance bros over there.
mm.
But and then the various people I've dated no more. But that's again a whole other
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
But yeah, that's why I just proud. I'm really proud to be a Norwalker, and it's only getting
There's a
better.
lot to do. There is.
See, gentrification movement isn't that bad. Another segment I want to do with you, Nick. I want to ask you, and this is a general question and topic, I should say, but what's grinding your gears lately? What's crazy about this world that's just like makes you cringe, makes you annoyed? Like whether it's what people do, whether it's something that's going on the internet or the news. What's grinding your gears lately?
Hmm. Um, I don't know. I mean, I would say what's different is when you think about high school,
Mm-hmm.
socially high school. Did you think that people were more? I mean, I don't want to get into a massive, thing over this, but like, um, you could get away with certain jokes, or you can get away with certain
Mm-hmm.
things, and it wasn't that big of a deal. Whereas today, everything is a big deal.
Yeah.
Everything's a big deal and blown out proportion. And don't get me wrong, there are things that are a big deal that are, that are wrong, that are bad. but I'm just talking about the little things that like just like like I would say that the generation that are just like just graduating high school or like a couple years younger than that. They're just it's just different. I mean, I feel like every generation is different. All those damn millennials, or you know what I mean. But still, it's like
Don't Gen
that's what I've
Z.
been. Yeah, like I'm just like, dude, take a joke or like you can't. I like I have to walk. You have to walk on eggshells. You
Absolutely.
of course always have to, but it's like I'm walking on 7 dozen eggshells instead of 1 dozen. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's a different vibe. I that's what I don't know if you feel that. Do you feel that
Oh,
way
I'm
or
I'm
yeah?
1,000%. I think there's a
Yeah.
clear difference between doing a bit and then actually being malicious and offensive.
Right. Right.
Like
Right.
there's a clear, you could clearly see if somebody's trying to be an asshole for the sake of it,
Yeah.
rather than just making a joke. You know, you can't have things too seriously, and that's one of the things I think that's tough in society because we take things so seriously.
Right.
We misconstrue things, we mess things up, and it's just boring.
Overthink it. It's a lot.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what's great about, especially in one doing this show and then how the pandemic's gone is like you definitely have to have the patience, but and you have to always be a gentleman, but you have to also just live your life to it, enjoy it. And I think the best thing I could take out of this whole pandemic is my is my attitude on life. And
Right.
even
Yeah.
I know that because I say this now, things are going to be good. There's going to be days where I'm going to be really upset and change things, but and want to change things. But I also feel like it's going to be okay too. Like you let the you really do have to be open to both the tragic things and the beautiful things in life because that's how you make the most sense of it and appreciate it. So, having said that, yeah, we gotta be not be so uptight and
Yeah.
not have a reason to make things awkward. It's I really one of the best things I learned is on one time when I watched a YouTube video about how to be cool, how to be irresistible. He literally
Mm.
said um nothing's awkward unless you make it, and cancel culture definitely has made a lot of things awkward. So
Right. Yeah.
it's okay. Don't take it so seriously, and I think at some point they're gonna society will be aware of what ruining people's lives and reputation for something that's not so serious is going to
Mm.
change things. So and having said that, there's definitely many people who deserve the awful getting canceled because of
Right. Right.
awful
Yeah. Yeah.
things
Yeah.
that's not justified. But I think when you just doing something lighthearted, it's not too serious, you got to let that go and enjoy the best things in life, you know.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. I can't agree with you more. That's it. I mean, yeah, the cancel culture. That one of. I mean, that was one of the things I was talking about. So, yeah, it's the times are changing and we're moving with it. It's just I just like thought about it the other day. I was like, wow, like if I had said that, you know, 10 years ago, that or like if
Yeah.
he had said that, like he could have got away with that, or like it's just little things.
And then yeah, and you definitely sometimes you do see some old shows that even like just 10 years
Right.
ago
Even
that is cringy, but
like even um like some of the older Will Ferrell movies,
oh yeah.
like stuff like that where you can get away with that.
Mhm.
And now nowadays, even in the movies, bro, you have to kind of conform. You can't upset, like and it's also, I mean, 100% with comedy too.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people that can say some wild shit and get away with it, but also like, yeah, you kind of you're
Mhm.
on thin ice. It's like you gotta work with everything going on. So
Right. And some people are grandfathered into it, and then some are like a Howard Stern
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
like a
yeah.
Bill Burr says some stuff that would still upset people because he's
Right.
Bill Burr and he doesn't
Yeah.
give a shit. It's okay for him. And then there's some people up and coming that they have to be careful. And well, I do believe funny's funny. I really do. But yeah, it just depends on how you perceive things. And we just have to have more conversations in how perceiving certain things
Yeah.
and not taking things too seriously, and it'll be okay. And people are willing to have those conversations as long as you let it happen. So, Nick, just one last thing we gotta do. And by the way, this was a
Oh, thank you, man.
really
This was
great
this
movie.
was awesome talking about, and it's cool. We gotta hang sometime, man.
Yo,
We
man,
gotta
you're in the
kick
show
it.
3. I'll hit you up. I'll be hitting
Yeah,
you up, man. Let's definitely make some moves,
yeah,
especially. And
yeah,
if you ever want to come back on the show too, you're definitely more than
yeah.
welcome. Just to
Cool.
pack whatever and just have some fun, bring some other people on, and
Oh yeah,
it's just
I could
having fun.
bring some of my other music friends. We could bring Sergio on here. We could do all sorts of things. That'd be
Please
cool.
do. Sergio's a great
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
I haven't talked to him in a while, and I would love that. I would love that. And this is
yeah,
what's great about the show. It's just chilling, and I really picture the show as just you hanging out at a bar or barbershop or
yeah.
outside, and you can still make great, valuable content that everybody can get something.
Right.
Hence the
Yeah.
productive conversation.
Yeah.
And how I end every first appearance of Productive Conversations podcast is the Proust questionnaire. 10 short but deep questions. And I think it just really is another way just to show how much of a cool dude you are. So,
Okay.
want to do it? Proust questionnaire?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. All right. So, my first question for you on the Proust questionnaire, Nick, what is your favorite word?
Ooh, man. Either like, I mean, I have favorite sayings. Uh, I would say either dude or beautiful. I don't know. Like, I haven't really
Solid
thought of this.
questions.
Dude.
Solid questions right there. I love how different yet meaningful those words are.
I like dude. Dude's a cool one.
One of the greatest quotes in a movie is "I'm a dude, she's a dude, he's a
We're
dude,
all
cause
dude.
we're all dudes from
Yeah.
Goodburger." Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I missed that movie, man. That I need to watch that again.
Yo,
Dude,
that's
dude, you see the dude? We're all dude.
hey. Yo, they have to play the bar just to get. You ever heard? There's actual song to it, like a ska song to it.
Oh,
You want
really?
to get a, if you want to get a laugh, man. I'll send it to you after I'm done
All
here.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like so late '90s. Like if you hear, it's like you definitely, it's a product of its time. But hey, that's why we love good music.
Mhm.
Number two, what is your least favorite word?
Whew. Oh man. Words, man. Words. I mean, everyone's gonna say like moist or like gonorrhea or like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of
That's
something
the
other
first
than
one, gonorrhea.
I I don't know, like something out of this world. I don't know. Worst word. Ah.
Yeah, they really make
I
fun
don't
of.
really hate it, man. Like, I would like. I don't hate any words, but if I was to say, I would just say like, phew, I guess like moist, man. I don't know. I guess I
That's
have to
still fine.
jump on that bandwagon. I
I
don't know.
will
I can't really
say,
think of anything.
when you mentioned gonorrhea, that's
I
that's a
mean,
solid
if
one.
you hear gonorrhea, it's oh man, what's going on here, dude? Like, oh,
Yeah, they
I
really
don't
had
know
to.
about
They really had to make such an intimidating word for an
yeah,
STI
right?
like that.
It's like it's
Gonorrhea.
like it's like Sodom and Gomorrah. It's like Gomorrah and diarrhea.
Oh,
Gonorrhea. It's like two bad things, like or two like bad events. And just there you are.
oh my God. That's oh my God. Keep yourself protected. You
Yeah.
don't want that. Not that I have experience, but
Ah.
but
Yeah.
like be safe everybody.
Yes. Be safe. Be safe.
So my next question, speaking of sexual stuff, but not really, but this question when I ask, some people think about sex right away, but this is more of a life and fulfillment question. What turns you on in this world?
Confidence in being yourself.
Excellent answer right there. Excellent, excellent answer. What?
Confidence is, I can't stress it enough, man. Confidence is everything. By the way that you stand, by
Mhm.
the way that you talk, by the way that you move, by the way you, it's like, I learned that the hard way. I would, in at UD I had some bad time, like just like, going through like, different things,
Yep.
ex-girlfriends and stuff like that, or like, being real down in the dumps, and like, not seeing like, and like just seeing how I've changed by like, really believing in myself and being true to myself too, like, not trying to be someone I'm not. That's like the turn on for me, man. Definitely, it's being yourself, and by being yourself you have the confidence. So that's it. I mean, you can be good looking, and but you can be the worst person, or
Yeah.
it it's how you carry yourself, dude.
What a great
100%.
answer to that, man. And like, I know what you mean. And another thing I'll take out of this pandemic is relearning my confidence and being myself for it. Like, I remember it was this one party I went to, in fact, kind of recently, and like, I was like, why am I being shy amongst these people? Like, who cares? They're not gonna remember me. I mean, like, why not just have some fun with it? And like, I
Yeah.
have a great personality. People say I'm
Yeah.
fun to hang out with, so why not? And
100%.
I went to this party like very shy in Jersey City, like I guess this must be what, a few weeks ago, and then I just turned on. I remember it was because I saw this person that I see pretty often. I was actually so timid around them and such, and
Mm.
I was like, you know what, fuck this. Why am I being timid? And
Right.
I got 4 new Instagram follow friends out of it, and just being myself and whatever, and it was cool. And
Yeah.
that honestly like just turned it on recently, and just keeping at that, and you just gotta love yourself. And
100%, dude. Yeah. That's good. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm not saying that I'm like this pinnacle of,
yeah,
confident. I definitely, there's times where I'm like, oh shit, like like,
mhm,
or I'm meeting all these, these different people at school that are just like, like I've never, met,
mhm.
certain, like, with the amount of talent, and or looks or whatever, like it's like you gotta kind of not fake it till you make it, but like maybe, yeah, fake it till you make it. That's a good one, but
Yeah,
it's, you know what you're worth. You know what you're worth, man.
absolutely.
Like, and you're worth a lot. Like, you're not gonna sell yourself short, and you gotta carry yourself like that. And I think a lot, and that's very important in the performing world.
Yeah.
No one wants to see you sing like, she loves me and I love her. It's, if ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer. Like, it's like that. You have to take it in, and
Take it
just,
in.
I don't know. Like, no one wants to see a not confident, person or performer.
Exactly. And that's like, I
And
think
it's
also,
hard. It's hard for some people. It's really hard. It's
right.
really hard. And I'm not. And if someone's listening today and they're like, "Wow, Nick, you're really like, I'm really going through stuff. I'm going through some, some, maybe some mental stuff, or like some different thing." Like, I'm not to shame you, not to do anything, be against that, or like, say that you got to work. But it's like, from what I experienced, confidence means so much.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
dude. And just believe in yourself. It
Yeah.
will go a long way. And if sometimes you have to, like you said, not fake it till you make it, but just hold up yourself and just go
Right.
for it, it
Yeah.
really goes a long way.
Right.
It really does, man. And so glad we got that. And remember to always hold on to it no matter what. So the next question I have for you, like, what turned you off in this world?
Fake, um probably everyone says that, but whatever. Fake, disingenuous, being something you're not. um And yeah, I would say that. I think
Fake
being
is a
fake
great
is,
answer.
or trust, not having trust, cheating behind someone's back, or like, talking shit behind someone's back. Like, that's one thing I can't stand, is like cheating or whatever. Maybe that is just with how things, how different stories, or with my personal life or something like that. That's one thing that really turns me off, because trust is a lot. Loyalty is a main thing, and I should have said that as a turn on too, because that's a you want to have someone that goes down with you. You know what I mean?
Especially, yeah, like not everyone's like that, and that's what's so near and dire is to hold on to that. When you have that connection with someone, it's just a shame that people never ends well.
Yeah,
Literally, if you get caught in a divorce case and you got cheating, oh, you fucked with money.
yeah, you're
Oh,
done, man.
that
It's
and
it's
it's
just
just wrong.
yeah,
And shame on anyone who ever pulls that together. And they're lost all the time for those who make those kind of decisions. No
mm.
one likes you, so don't do it. It's worth sometimes just taking a second and reevaluate things and
Yeah.
get that off your shoulder. No great sex or great whatever is worth that kind of
Hmm.
distraught. So
Yeah, 100%.
number 5, what sound or noise do you love?
Man, I love the sound of birds, of people practicing in the distance, of silence, of a fan running. Um, I'm probably supposed to only give you one answer. I don't
Nah,
know.
give
I'm just
multiple ones. I encourage it.
okay. Okay.
That's for any of these questions, man. If you have more than one, I seriously
All
go.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I would say those four then. I don't know. But in New York, I don't know. There's people that love it, but New York City is it's a soundscape. It's filled with so many sounds that sometimes
Yeah,
it's
right.
just overwhelming. Like, dude, I'm trying to sleep. There's probably there has to be some people that are living in New York that cannot sleep because of the amount of sounds.
Oh,
There has to be.
absolutely.
Has to be. Because there's no way you can escape it. There's always something. There's maybe someone talking. There's always some siren going on. There's always something,
So
a
silent.
train going over. There's always,
Some people bumping
maybe
into being
maybe a
arrested.
homeless man yelling in the street, cursing someone out. The other day that happened to me, I felt like shit, but I was like, what are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. He like cursed me out and like dissed me, and I just didn't say anything, but I feel bad for him, but but still, it's like there's always something going on, and there's always some sound, and I think that's the whole hustle and bustle that I love about New York, is like
Yeah.
it never stops. There's always gears going. Everyone has a place to go, and it kind of inspires me to follow that route.
Oh man, that's where you belong, man. I feel the
Yeah.
exact same way, man. The
Yeah.
only thing I love New York and love being there, and I really think that helped grew me into the man I am today and beyond that. And hopefully, take the goals to take this show in a studio in New York City,
Yeah.
and that's the ultimate goal. First time I ever said that on this, so it's a cool moment there.
Awesome.
And yeah, like the only thing, and I know people who hate New York who are there every day too, and you know what, it's too bad. All I can say with that, I understand why, but
Mm.
that's too bad. But the only thing I will take over Connecticut over New York is that special silence, especially outside at this time. Like I usually am my night all the time, taking a few minutes outside, and I do need that sometimes. And of course, you can figure out a way to do it in your home in New York one way, but definitely that sound of silence is very,
Yeah.
very valuable.
Yeah, that's why I said it. It's just I think I think the most like tranquil, like the most beautiful like thing is like when it's been like snowing, or like there's like a
Mhm.
foot of snow, and like that it mutes, like, and it's like you can like hear yourself, like you can hear like I don't know if you probably like when it snows, like everything's dampened,
Yeah,
so it's like it's so peaceful, like just seeing that, and um, that's one of the things, that's why I mentioned Sound of Silence, because I love moments like those.
absolutely. The only tough thing about New York winters is when you go out to the bar and you have your coat, and then
Uh,
there's coat racks that you have to buy, to
yeah,
pay for. You have to pay to
yeah,
hold your coat. Besides that, yeah, New York in New York winter, as long as you could stand the cold, which I think luckily I can.
yeah.
It's nice to take it. That's one of the few times it does slow down a little bit and take a breath because again, no one wants to hydroplane and slip.
Mm.
So where you slip in New York, ah, ah, ah. Some people are like that, and then of course there's some go to hell. But people are cruel. So with that, what sound or noise do you hate?
Dude, I hate the sound of geese.
Yeah.
I hate geese.
Ah, ah, ah.
I don't know if it's just this is gonna go into a story, but like
Yeah, tell us what happened. You have a crazy traumatic geese story.
yeah, something like that. I mean, I feel bad. You know what? No, no, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I hate geese.
Okay,
I
what
hate them.
happened? Why geese?
Dude, when I was a mate on the Sheffield Island ferry, which I did during the summers of high school,
Mhm.
did it for 5 years. It was an
Nice.
awesome time. Going out on the islands and being on a boat all the time. We would have to go in the morning and pick up all the goose poop.
Ooh.
And when I tell you, bro, I was there for an hour and a half just picking up goose poop. And so every time I see a geese or goose, whatever, I just think of like that. This is nasty, but like that texture of just picking it up and the smell and all that. So I hate the sound of geese. If I hear geese, like it's just like that's it's game over for me. That's a cool story. That I gave you a good answer to that one.
That is definitely that's definitely a top answer right there. So next, I'd like to ask you, what is your favorite curse word?
um, I would say fuck because it can be used in many different
Yep.
contexts. Different things. It can mean you can be like I don't know, like you could say it in different ways. There's never like one way to say it.
Mhm.
I think that's why I like that word. I don't know. Maybe shit is another good one, but it doesn't. Shit has a good one. It's kind of like the F word, but it's not like when you say the F word. It's like there's a special. It hits you with something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's so much important, or like there's a sever. It's severe. It's like, oh wow, that like, did you really have to call him that, bro? Like, or damn, like wow, like yeah, like
Yeah,
it's like yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much you could do with that word that it's out of the.
it adds.
I think.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. Yeah, I'm
I was
straight.
just saying, like, fuck is it adds the extra little emotion, and like,
Yeah,
it's just now sometimes you overuse like Wolf of Wall Street.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think they really did specifically. I think that's a fuck was used too many times.
Yeah, when you say it too much, it's kind of a turnoff, dude. And when
Yeah,
people like, it's like, okay, that's why it's a severe word. Like it's an important word that you only
powerful.
really it really only works if you're gonna like you're not dropping it left and right. You
Exactly. If
know,
you use it for the hell of it, it's annoying. Like
yeah,
I said,
it's
that
like,
one
what are
scene
you
with Rob
doing, dude?
Reiner.
Like, you're like, I'm not gonna bring around my mom or like my
Yeah,
family, like whatever. Like, shut up.
exactly.
So
And there is a skill to not swear in certain place like that. Like one thing some comics can criticize, you just use fuck too much. Like, can you go for a cheap laugh with fuck? But if you could use it a specific way, it's elegant. You were about to say something to that?
oh no, no, I was, yeah, I was about to say, I was talking with my new neighbor, and I was just about to say it, and I just caught myself, and we were like talking about church and everything, and I was just
Mhm.
like, oh, but like, yeah, like learning, that little like, sometimes I slip up, or
Of
not putting
course.
on a face, but it's
Yeah, like I
you
could.
want to
You were saying
you want to only say it when it really
counts
matters. Yeah.
exactly. Like I used to be that way too. I could say fuck a lot, but I'm more restrained. Like the only time I really could use my swearing is probably sports. That's the only time I'll like, oh god damn it, you can't strike out again, Cleveland Torres or
Yeah.
something like that. And like I was at a Met game with my family, and I'm not Met, I care less, but like good baseball. I was about to go crazy, but I saw there was a kid right by me in the fan. I was like, yeah, I don't want to be a bad example. So
Yeah, right.
it's the only
You
time
have
I'm
to,
restrained.
yeah, survey the situation.
Exactly. So use it right when it comes to the word
Yeah.
fuck. Not like Wolf of Wall Street, where I love
Yeah.
that movie, great movie, but
Yeah, it is a good one.
what was it? Like Rob Reiner's characters. You do so much. You spent all my fucking money on 60,000 fucking this, fuck, fuck,
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
And then there's even a chant in the movie where Jonah Hill's just like, yeah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck
yeah.
you. Like that just was the pinnacle of that point.
I think they did that on reason, just
Yeah,
to, just to mess with people.
he's the finance bros,
Hmm.
man. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
So it's weird. I thought when I was younger, like, so my mom has like back problems. I thought I would be like a chi- chiropractor,
Mm,
or because I thought I was good at it because I would help my mom out,
yeah.
um, because she has had back problems all her life.
Yep.
Um, and either that, but that probably would have been too much school, or some
Mm.
school that, academics in a way that wouldn't appeal to me. Like, it would be too much. I don't know. I don't.
You have to be really into it if you want to
Right,
do that.
right, right, right. And then I also like really liked like nature, like catastrophes. So like geology, so like volcanoes, typhoons,
Yeah.
tornadoes, like that like turned me on. Like, that was cool. Like, that was like, oh shit, like devastating things, like, or, going to like, like Mount Fiji, or like different
Hmm.
things, and studying it. Like, you've seen like those videos of like people like right in the mouth of the volcano studying rocks and shit. Like, that's
Right.
cool as hell. Like,
Or like
that's like,
tornado chasers.
yeah, 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 yeah. So either that, yeah, those two. Yep.
I would say that. Good. That's awesome. That's a great answer to that. Very talk about diversity.
Yeah.
Now, what profession would you not like to do?
Just because I worked in the restaurants a lot, I'm not gonna say working in the restaurants, because working in the restaurants you can make a lot of money, but
Yeah.
um, I don't think I would do well as a, not to shame on anyone, not, this is right, I'm just speaking from myself. Anything with cleaning things constantly. So like, I don't know, just for me, like, just on like being in the restaurant and like cleaning up poop, cleaning up throw up, cleaning up things, like, it just really demeaned me. And I really thought that I was, you know, it really, like, I don't know, it put me in a place that I didn't want to be. But don't get me wrong. Like I work at my uncle's plastic shop. He tells me to clean the bathroom at the toilet every freaking day. I do it, of course, and I do it. I do it well. I get down in there, but
Yeah.
like it's doing it for other people other than like that's my uncle. That's my uncle's shop. Like I don't want him to use have a nasty bathroom, but like it's like I don't know like something like that.
Yeah.
Like a I don't know. But there's good money in it, man. I'm just saying, like, it's
You just
not
have
for
other
me.
interests you want to do.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Hear that. Hear that
And it's
indeed.
not like I don't like to clean. I like to clean. It's just like
Yeah, you just want
cleaning.
to focus on your passion.
Yeah, cleaning other people's stuff is like, well, come on. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Not about exactly. So, my final question for today, Nick: if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Uh, First thing that God would say to me. Damn, that's deep. Um,
Exactly. That's why I love asking this.
even if it's God or if like it's like my grandparents or maybe, hearing them say that I did well or that I made a difference in so many people's lives or that I made the if God said you made the world a better place, I could die again.
What a wholesome answer, man. Nick, where can we find your stuff? Where can we find you on Instagram? Anything like that?
Uh yeah, on Instagram I'm going to probably post I'm gonna start singing on Instagram, or
Yeah.
start posting some things because I think that's good. And it's around that time where I'm like we were talking about confidence, man. I'm up there swinging, swinging with the big boys. So
That's what I'm talking
let's
about.
see, let's see. I gotta put some stuff of myself out there and maybe make a website. I mean, I have a website, but I have to, tune it up. Make a professional website and maybe a professional Instagram. Um, but I mean, I'm really working up to being a professional. I mean, a professional, at that professional level. So,
Oh, I can't
um,
wait to see that.
yeah, uh, you'll see it. You follow
Awesome.
me. So,
What's your handle for those who aren't following you?
let me check, man. I changed it. I think it's Nick Calabrese, like with a
That's a
Y at
great
the end.
name.
Let me. Oh wow! I just opened my Instagram to something wild. Here we go. Nick Calabrese is NickCalabrese. Nick Calabrese. And you'll see me there. See me there with Ryan, my first picture. When I caught the shark.
The great Ryan Suchland, of course.
The shark, man. I love that. That was crazy.
That's epic right there.
Yeah.
Great company in that. Great
Yeah.
company. Maybe the great Such will want to chop on when he comes up on
Yeah,
the
man,
show.
you should
So
talk to him. He's full of knowledge, and he loves to talk. Loves to
definitely,
not dissing him, but I'm just like
of
saying,
course,
he loves to. He's very thoughtful and very really. He's one of my best friends. Me and
absolutely,
him go deep. Me and him, we were friends since we were born.
yeah.
He visited me when I was born. Like so, it's like we're very well connected, and he has a lot to say about life in general, and he's very he's very with it. So yeah, you should
Amazing
get
to
him
hear,
on the
man.
show and see how he's talk about college and all the crazy stories he has. You could talk about what he's doing now in marketing and all the stories he has, and moving to Florida, and
Yeah,
um,
absolutely. What
he
great
has a
movies.
girlfriend now. So yeah.
Hopefully, he'll want to come on, and then maybe we could do one with the three of us too.
Oh yeah, that would be wild. That
Oh
would be
man,
wild. Yeah.
I'll be working on that, and I'll be hitting you up. We'll definitely be kicking it very soon in the summer of the comebacks. And
Yeah.
Nick, this was in all seriousness,
Yeah, man.
really great. I enjoyed every second
This
of
was
it.
fun. This was fun. It was a great Monday night.
Absolutely. And again, anytime you want to come back on, love to have
Yeah.
you, man. This is really great. And you the man. Again, check out Nick Calabrese. Check out what he does. Check him out on Instagram at Nick Calabrese. And man, tap hats off
Wigs
to you,
off.
Nick.
Wigs off.
Shouts to that. Wigs off, caps off. You're
Thanks,
the
man.
man, Nick. Thanks for
Thanks, man.
everything.
Thanks for having me. This is fun, man. Thanks, dude.
Absolute pleasure. I'll see you really, really soon, my friend.
Yeah.
Peace
All
out.
right, dude. Peace, dude.